So in the States, you know who does? The lawyers do, because every time you make a mistake, maybe you can get sued. So these companies are blind, like they're, how do you say that? They're shielded. Like they have layers upon layers of verification to have extremely efficient systems. And this is what Quebec needs to kind of use these companies for, and ask them, how did you guys, what do we need to do here to have safe telemedicine? We need to implement this on a national level. It's not being done. These companies have created these tools for their doctors. They have also, say you have a case of otitis, ear pain autolgia. What is it? It's an infection. When can you do telemedicine? When can you not do telemedicine? So I remember using the forms of Teladoc, and they have education for a patient of this age group, 8 years and younger. They absolutely must have an in-person evaluation. You cannot do it in telemedicine. So they have these guidelines that physicians here locally do not have. So if you don't know the information, and nobody's saying like every doctor here has perfect knowledge of something that they never practiced before it took place. So the reality is that this needs to take place. The education needs to take place, and the tools need to take birth. And the best thing is to just take them from the States. It already exists. There's already guidelines on all this, and it needs to be built into the way that we practice medicine here. All right, continuing. Best home base. Oh man, so what a subject, right? So can you work from Hawaii? So I think I saw that actually. It was like the best place for people to work remote from was Hawaii. Then I was like, did you see the cost of healthcare, or not healthcare, the cost of life being in Hawaii? But then you can kind of see it, right? You are in an ideal type of scenario. You're near the beach, you're on a condo or whatever. Every day you go out, you do your exercise by the beach. You swim if you want. You want to do surf, you do surf. You want to fish, you fish. You want to bike, what do you want to do? They have it, right? Tropical scenario, beautiful people, best lifestyle, healthy foods, exotic fruits, a little bit on the expensive side, but you may try different variations of this type of coastal life, like Portugal, also extremely expensive actually to live into. Or you can go to more. Here's the thing. I discussed in a video previously. The video was on the subject of what is the ideal medical practice. And so I was discussing in that video the contracts today. When you get a contract from like an employer, the contract tends to be like you have to do like 40 weeks of work, and then you get 12 weeks paid time off or something like that. Or you work 7 on, 7 off, depending on if you get a hospitalist contract, or you could do shift 48 hours, 72 hours. You work 3 days a week, then 4 days off. There's different types of programs or contracts that you can work around. And so I was saying in that conversation, that is a method to see work. But my ideal work would not be a place where I would leave. Then I asked people, if you're in Costa Rica, okay, you were able to afford buying something by the beach. You have a good internet connection. I don't know what you have, whatever provider you have. Maybe you have, what's his name? Starlink from Elon Musk. I don't know what you have. I don't even know if they have it in that place. But anyways, let's say you do have that. You're by the beach. You create a resort for physicians. You have a gym. You have water sports that you can do. You have a chef. I love seafood. So my chef is making seafood. We have a fruit forest right behind. We have all the fruits we could wish for naturally growing there near the beach. So I was asking myself, would I stop working? It's like, why do I need like paid time off? And it's not about being paid time off. I'm saying quality of life is like you could still work with having better quality of life. So I'm saying like what people take vacation for, to go to Costa Rica by the beach, to do exercise on the seashore, maybe scuba diving, maybe surfing, maybe horseback riding. That's like some people's everyday life. So in the subject of telling people, look, how do you an ideal practice for yourself? You have to know what you like. And this is what this video is going to. You have to, the best place in the world. So part of the knowledge of acquiring this information is you actually traveling to all these places, and maybe you find one you love it and you'll be like, yeah, but it's too expensive. I don't feel well here. It's just like, I feel like I'm being ripped off. Want to buy a small apartment? $700,000 US. Or you got a nice beach, but it's just not something I'm willing to settle down for. And you have $500,000, like a mansion in one of these countries, like straight up mansion by the beach, a villa, an entire villa. So I discussed that over with physicians in a discussion on what is the ideal job for you. That's what you ought to practice, and that's what you ought to aim to get. That's why I'm also recommending to people, your first year of work has to be telemedicine, so you can taste the freedom, and when you settle down in the future for working somewhere, you like knowledge in your head to know, should I leave this job because this job sucks? So if you don't have things to compare things with, this is what you're going to end up in. You're going to end up settling for a job that maybe just don't like it too well. You're going to stay there like 10 years. If you're lucky, you'll burn out and you'll leave that place and you'll keep on and you'll restart your search. Or you could just do like some people, they just, yeah, it's, man, it's a job everywhere. No, it's not. It's not a job everywhere.